Hello, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying your Friday and that soon you will be transitioning into a restful and lovely 25 hours of an exhale as we move into Shabbat and the Torah portion of Vaetchanan. It is in the book of Deuteronomy. And so that means that we are close to the end of the book, which also means that we are also very close to the High Holy Days. And Vaetchanan has a lot of interesting components. First of all, Vaetchanan has this root concept of pleading, as if Moses explains the various moments of pleading throughout the text. I should mention that the book of Deuteronomy is a 37-day long speech of Moses, more of a reflection. And so it has two very wildly well-known components to it. Both the text of Shema Ve'ahavta are in this week's Torah portion, and the second time that the Ten Commandments occur are in this Torah portion. So Shema Ve'ahavta text and Ten Commandments. It is a quite the heavy and incredible and well-known Torah portion. As you can see, the sort of image I chose was an image of a globe being held by a heart. Ve'ahavta, the word means with love, or in love. God connects to all of us, and so hence I chose that. It's also a very hopeful image amidst a lot of complication in our world. I think we need deep hopefulness in what is going on in Israel. We are way into more than 300 days of hostages being held by Hamas. There are currently negotiations that are trying to be had for the region, although I hear Hamas is not in those negotiations, but the head of the Shin Bet, the let's call it the Israeli FBI, and the Mossad, the Israeli CIA, are both in talks. And so perhaps this image can be a very hopeful image for us. So on this Shabbat, I'd love for us to think about the balance of why both these gigantic texts are in this week's Torah portion. It clearly talks about love, because that's what Ve'ahavta is about. Ve'ahavta is also about dedicating the future to the next generation, to our children. So it's a very beautiful, comprehensive, cohesive topic. And then there's also the Ten Commandments, which are rules. And so I'd love for us to think on the Shabbat of that mixture of the love in our hearts, and yet the rules that we must connect to and follow, and for us to find that perfect connection on how we do both. How do we live with the rules of the Torah, but also in those rules find the loving connections that we need to, that maybe even allow us to better go through those rules. So let's try and work on that as we enter Shabbat shortly. Services are at 6:30 as usual. They are in the sanctuary. We are back. It is our back to shul weekend. So services are back in the sanctuary this evening. Tomorrow, it is our last 9 a.m. Service and Torah discussion. Next week, it switches to back to 8:30, but tomorrow is the last 9 a.m. And then, of course, join us on Sunday for our back to shul with all kinds of food trucks and all kinds of really fabulous things. But you have to register, so please make sure you register for that. So I hope everyone has a lovely Shabbat. Look forward to seeing you soon. And of course, as we have been all these days, trying to put as much shalom into our Shabbat as we possibly can.